From the ashes of Alexander the Great's empire rose new powers, vying for control of the Hellenistic world. In the east, the Parthian Empire stood as a formidable force, its cavalry renowned throughout the lands. Among these warriors, one name would be etched into history: Surena. We know little of Surena's early life, shrouded as it is in the mists of time. Yet what emerges from the historical record is a portrait of a brilliant military mind and a charismatic leader. Possessed of great wealth and a lineage that traced its roots back to the heart of the Parthian aristocracy, Surena was marked for greatness from an early age. His name, whispered in hushed tones by Roman legionaries, would become synonymous with Parthian military might. He was a master of strategy, a cunning tactician, and a courageous leader who inspired his troops to acts of extraordinary valor. Little did Rome know that this young general would soon deliver unto them one of their most crushing defeats. The Roman Republic, its legions conquering all before them, had become the dominant power in the West. Their insatiable appetite for land and riches led them eastward, their eyes set on the riches of Parthia. Leading this charge was Marcus Licinius Crassus, a man of immense wealth and ambition. Crassus, eager to carve his own name into the annals of Roman history alongside the likes of Pompey and Caesar, desired a glorious military triumph. He saw in Parthia a chance to acquire vast wealth and cement his legacy as a great conqueror. Ignoring the warnings of his advisors and the lessons of history, Crassus marched his legions into the heart of Parthia, a land unforgiving to those who dared underestimate it. King Orodes II of Parthia, aware of the approaching Roman legions, entrusted his finest general with the defense of the empire, Surena. A seasoned veteran despite his youth, Surena embodied the martial prowess of the Parthians. He surveyed the advancing Roman columns, his mind already formulating a strategy that would exploit their weaknesses and shatter their formations. The stage was set for a clash of civilizations, a battle that would determine the fate of the East. The two armies met near the town of Carrhae, a desolate outpost on the edge of the Syrian desert. The legions of Rome, accustomed to the pitched battles of the Mediterranean world, found themselves facing an enemy unlike any they had encountered before. Surena, a master of the battlefield, had chosen his ground well. The desert sun beat down mercilessly upon the Roman legions, their heavy armor and formations ill-suited for the shifting sands. Surena, his face obscured by a bronze mask, watched from a distance astride his steed, his eyes like those of a hawk, sizing up its prey. The Parthian army, a whirlwind of horsemen and archers, danced around the Roman formations, their arrows raining death from afar. The Romans, their formations disintegrating under the relentless Parthian assault, found themselves drawn into a deadly game of cat and mouse. Surena's strategy was one of attrition, wearing down the legions through a relentless barrage of arrows and swift hit-and-run attacks. The Roman soldiers, their discipline beginning to falter, grew increasingly desperate as the Parthian noose tightened around them. At the heart of the Parthian army stood a force that struck terror into the hearts of even the bravest Roman soldier, the cataphracts. These heavy cavalrymen, clad in armor that covered both rider and steed, were a fearsome sight to behold. Their lances, as long as a man's height, could skewer a man with ease, while their composite bows could send arrows piercing through Roman armor. Surena unleashed his cataphracts upon the beleaguered Roman legions, their charge an unstoppable tide of iron and fury. The Roman lines buckled under the impact, their formations shattered like clay pots dashed against stone. The cataphracts, their armor gleaming under the desert sun, cut through the Roman ranks with impunity, their lances leaving a trail of carnage in their wake. The Roman soldiers, their morale broken, fought with the desperation of men who knew that death was at hand. But against the Parthian onslaught, their courage was in vain. The legions, once the masters of the battlefield, now fought for their very survival, their formations disintegrating into a chaotic rout.